Wickedy, what's up, and welcome back to episode 3 of our Disco Elysium playthrough. Let's keep it going. Alright. Oh, a dame, you say? Hmm. See these road signs real quick before we go inside. North. Okay.
This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum, rendering
Probably some kids.
Poor
the
little
metal
viewer.
feels cold and wet under your palm. It looks a thick layer of graffito covers the lenses. You spell out the word Onuk written on the other side, with N and C scribbled backwards.
Interesting.
That's Kuno on the lens.
Ah.
Under the graffito, a sea of blues and greys appear. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky weather-worn wooden planks, an X-shaped cross topping its tower. You know this to be the Star of Pericarnassus, or the Cairo, the central symbol of the Pericarnassian Church, a star, a great moral height to be strived towards.
Interesting.
The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows.
Kuno vandalized this one too.
Coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes and pull the handle while looking inside. Then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary. Why place a tourist attraction in the middle of such poverty?
There was a revitalization project in '49. A design studio tried restoring Martinez to its pre-war glory. It didn't
Ah.
stick.
What
They got
happened?
as far as the street lamps and the statue on that intersection. Then something went sour. I suspect that something was Everard Clare, the union leader. He muscled them out. It's how it usually goes around here.
Can we do
We
something
should have
about it?
done something about the union 10 years ago. That ship has sailed, officer.
All
Your
right.
money disappears into the coin slot. A clunk, the ring of metal.
Oh.
The curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the view. It's blurry, different blues and greens. In the middle of the shimmer stands a drab grey shape, like a ghost. The lenses shift. The ghost
Okay.
sharpens into an islet in the bay. In the ruins, a man-made structure is visible, a half-sunken sea fort, its concrete almost reconquered by nature. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. Nothing but a rotten tooth remains of the anti-aircraft tower. A lonely birch tree grows out of it, its leaves ripped from it by the winter wind.
Hang in there, little
The
one.
little brave birch tree seems to wave back in the wind.
There's some ruins of some kind in
Really?
that building there.
I don't have the eyesight to make it out.
Oh, we've got 15 more minutes till I'm Hobo Cop. construction. Docking.
A striking woman leans against the
Joyce.
cabin top of her sailing boat, smiling as you approach. Her green raincoat glistens with droplets. A silk scarf is tied around her throat.
Good afternoon, officers. I'm Joyce.
Oh, nice to meet
Joyce
you,
L.
Joyce.
Messier. I represent the board of Wild Pines, the owners of the harbour. You gentlemen must be from the RCM.
And shake
I'm glad
your hand.
to see you here. I was dispatched to handle a strike, not a lynching. Anything I can do to assist the RCM in this matter, I will, gladly.
That is good to hear, madame. My colleague will take the lead on this interview. I should let you know that he is recovering from an unusual medical episode. Very unusual. But I can assure you of his ultimate competency.
Uh-oh.
There's a trace of irony in his voice. Mischief, even. The lieutenant is hatching some scheme.
How interesting. I wish you a swift recovery. In the meanwhile, you have my full cooperation, and the full cooperation of the Wild Pines group.
It's hard to get a read on her precise disposition, but she appears helpful.
What can you tell me
Everything.
about the strike?
Right up to, but not including, trade secrets.
What if I want to hear these trade
First, you'd have to
secrets?
repeal the Emergencies Act of Trade in Aliments. That gives me the right to silence. It's quite the octopus.
Wouldn't want to disturb an octopus. Better let it be.
I am glad you see it that way. To repeal the act would mean repealing the coalition government, the one that leases you the right to police West Revachol.
You'd be shooting yourself in the foot, in other words.
Leave it
But
alone.
I am derailing us. You wanted to know about the strike.
What is
I
your
believe
role?
the official title is Senior Labor Negotiator. In practice, I'm a grocery clerk. I relay the union's demands to Wild Pines and return with Wild Pines' counteroffer.
Ah,
And how are the talks going?
They're not. That's the problem. The union stopped all negotiations a week ago, after that awful lynching took place. Now they won't
Interesting.
even let me into the harbour. There's a 2-meter 20 racist behemoth blocking the gates.
tell me about this behemoth.
What can I say? The union employs a giant covered in tattoos. A racist giant. I guess that's part of their big tent organization now. Let's
Okay.
say I was not making the kind of progress I'd hoped for when I first arrived.
And when did you first arrive?
Yeah, how long you been here?
I arrived 3 weeks ago. Yes, in the middle of February. The bay was still partially frozen then. I prefer to do these things on site, like the RCM.
But the strike began in December.
I wasn't the original negotiator.
Math ain't
here.
mathin'.
I took over after Mr. Gaumont hit a wall with Mr. Clare, the union boss. Mr. Clare refused to speak with Gaumont despite concessions he'd granted the union in prior negotiations.
This isn't the first time the union has gone on strike.
Heavens no. There have been 2 prior strikes. Both times the union won significant concessions, including overtime pay and a medical plan. This time their demands are more, I guess you could say, aggressive.
What are their
There are
demands?
leaflets everywhere, and banners. What did they say again? Oh yes. Every worker, a member of the board.
Every worker's a
Most
member on
of
the
the
board.
workers probably don't know what that means.
Seems like they have no idea about business.
In its
Over-aggressive.
defense, another said, demand democracy. Pretty tame stuff compared to every worker, a member of the board.
Most of them probably don't even know what it
Fortunately, they explained
means.
it. Every time the Wild Pines group makes a decision about anything, it needs the signature of each of the 2,200 workers in its Martinez terminal.
That's wild.
Just so you understand, this is but one of 22 terminals owned by Wild Pines. Essentially, not only are they kings of the company, they are also kings of the 72,000 employees of Wild Pines Group.
That's pretty funny, I have
They're
to
having a
admit.
blast. But how can they afford it? After 4 months, my assumption was they would prefer a more practical solution.
What are you
I'm
gonna
not
do?
sure. Naturally, I assumed that was just their opening position, a hard-nosed tactic with a side of mockery. But there's been no follow-up, just the same nonsensical slogan repeated over and over again. And now, people are getting lynched, I hear. Behind the whirling in rags. A disastrous situation if there ever was one.
Excuse me,
Interesting.
from whom did you hear about this lynching?
I first heard it from the boyer at the gates. The one whose very name advertises his aversion to work. I think he said it was, "Call me mañana."
Call me tomorrow.
This checks out.
What happened
Mr. Clare
to this
told him
Galamont?
to... How did he put it?
Interesting. Mr. Clare told him to... How did he put it? She pauses to
Fuck
compose
off,
herself.
midget.
Ah,
Gaumont is short of stature, you see. Keep
Not
in
cool.
mind, this is a negotiator Mr. Clare has worked with before, and who was more than fair with him and the Union.
Sounds like usual aggressive posture.
the scabs at the gate. Did you put them there?
Scabs? You mean the huddled masses of Jamrock come to plead for work where the Union refuses to? If they were organized by Wild Pines or its affiliates, then it would be a company secret. I could not share it with you. Not right now, at least.
Interesting.
It's implied she's open to discussing this matter with you at a later occasion.
Tell me about
Everard
this Union
Clare
boss.
is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always puts the interests of the workers first.
Really?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood.
Is he
He
that
is the
bad?
most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
There's two of them?
Edgar looks exactly like his brother, except for that lazy eye. He also talks exactly like Everard does, and when one's term as foreman is up, the other takes over. It's how they circumvent the term limits, you see, with a funny little switcheroo. While in office, they've embezzled God knows how much of their workers' dues.
What about the
The
Union itself?
Debardeurs Union was once a perfectly normal institution. 20 years ago, anyway. It must not have been easy to establish under the Emergency Act, but they did it. I can respect that. Organised labour at its best, as they say. Then something happened in the local chapter elections. The brothers Clare came and transformed it into a... how do you say?
A mob. The Debardeurs are a crime syndicate. Sad as it may be, I suspect we'll be forced to cooperate with them.
Refreshingly honest, officer. The company has tried appeasing in the past, but I'm afraid our concessions have only emboldened Everard and his brother. And your opinion, detective, if I may ask? I'm a curious and talkative person, you see. Would you say the Debardeurs Union is...
A socialist mob.
Thank you for being candid. Sadly, Wild Pines have cooperated with what amounts to a crime syndicate for 2 decades. However much you feed the wolf always hungers.
You said something
at
happened in the
last, There
election.
was a woman, the previous forewoman of the Union. She disappeared.
Disappeared?
Yes. On the last day of the local chapter elections, her daughter phoned in and said she wasn't running anymore, or coming to work. Ever. End of story.
Some kind of
Indeed.
extortion happened.
The company suspects foul play, but there's nothing they could do. It was a Union matter.
I
The point
understand.
of the presentation is, these kinds of things happen around the Clares. Watch out when you're dealing with him.
Thank you for your concern, man. We'll be just fine.
Of course. How else can I help?
What can
Quite
you
a
tell me
few
about the
things,
lynching?
I'm afraid. The information I'm to share with you includes sensitive trade secrets. For the sake of my employer, I have to ask for your names and badge numbers.
Of course,
Deal.
ma'am. We should have introduced
Oh
ourselves.
no.
I am Lieutenant Kitsu.
I don't know my
from
name.
Precinct 57. And this is my colleague from Precinct 41. I'm afraid he doesn't have his badge at the moment. I hope mine will suffice.
How curious. Why is that, Detective?
Awkwardness washes over the conversation. The woman doesn't like this turn of events.
It's
I
related to my medical
see.
episode.
So, are you saying you lost your badge during the course of this episode?
Yes.
I can't hear you, darling. Speak up, please.
I could have eaten it.
Oh, dear. Some kind of encephalopathic amnesia. I don't even know how to respond.
Yeah.
I do believe you, naive as that may sound. I simply can't imagine what you gain by faking such a condition.
Thank you.
As I said, ma'am, his technique may be very unconventional, but he is an officer of the RCM.
Yes,
Of
I
course,
am.
I sympathize, but I'm afraid I simply can't share anything more until I've seen that badge.
Hang on. She's a professional negotiator. She should be open to some sort of mutually beneficial arrangement.
Okay, then let me negotiate my way out
She's
of
a
this.
negotiator. Just float a favor at her.
Surely there's some other way to demonstrate
I
our
will
law
be frank
enforcement.
with you. If I'm
Okay.
going to break protocol, I need to be able to justify it to my superiors. They're going to want to see something very tangible.
You're in, but expect her to drive a hard bargain.
Like
Reports
what?
from inside Terminal B suggest it's a hub for the local drug trade. This is an open secret in Martinez. The Union controls the terminal, so it goes to reason.
Okay.
They're profiting from this trade.
Yeah.
The company has tried looking into this matter before, to no avail. Perhaps someone with your authority and resources might turn over the right stones. Or
I could do that.
you can recover your badge. Though if I may be blunt with you, it sounds like that may be a lost cause.
Detective, a word in private before we continue.
Excuse us for a moment.
Hobocop.
Hey, that's me.
Technically, you wouldn't be a cop anymore, but a hobo. That would mean game over for the cop chapter of your adventures. But who knows where the hobo part takes you? To the bar? The old L'Assommoir? To the pier or the sewers? To Le Royale, where for 300 years they interred the dead. You could plunder royalist crypts for long-forgotten triple malt bourbon, then fight the Aramakan beast that lurks the bottommost sepulchres. The secrets of the city are all yours at last.
Reveals extra character special edition tear bottles on the map. More money from selling pear. I am a hobo cop now.
This is not going quite as I hoped it would, Detective.
Okay, how did you hope it
I
would
was
go?
expecting you to use your unorthodox technique to keep her off balance, and not volunteer us to be her henchmen.
Oh, really? I thought it
This
was
woman
going
was
well.
running circles around us. She might have known about your misplaced badge all along, or she's simply an adept improviser. Either way, we've played straight into her hands.
That's true.
He doesn't let it show, but there is a limit to how much the consequences of your unprofessional behavior can cost the investigation.
Oh, no. We could just go find my badge.
That would be fantastic, but do we have the time? The world is large and your badge is 8 by 6 centimeters.
The situation might have changed drastically by the time you locate it. Time is of the essence.
You could request a new one from your station, but that would literally take months.
Why don't we propose...
If there is reasonable suspicion, we must investigate. Otherwise, she could claim we are siding with the Union, or that we are on their take. We'd never hear the end of it.
Interesting.
What I propose is, we ask her, then we investigate, briefly. But do not share the outcome of this investigation with her. We tell her it's done and demand for her information on the lynching.
Okay.
It would not hurt if you tried more in the future, yes.
I will continue to try more.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Okay,
It's
tell me
quite
about this drug
straightforward.
trafficking.
Someone is using Terminal B to smuggle raw ingredients from the Samar and Isola into Revachol with the Union's blessing.
Okay.
Wild
Ingredients for what, ma'am?
meth and dextroamphetamine, GBL, and various synthetic psychedelics. Honestly, it might be quicker to say what you can't make from the stuff. Yes. After they clear the terminal, we lose track. The actual production is taking place at various sites in and around Jamrock Quarter.
Okay,
north
so
of
north
here.
of here.
Wildpine seems to be well apprised of the local drug trade, ma'am. Do you mean to say the Union also produces the product? Sells drugs, I mean?
We're in logistics. It's our business to know. And no. As far as the company knows, the Union does not produce it. They transport the ingredients for a cut. Yes, but you won't get anything out of Evrat and the Dockworkers Union. Still, every chain has its weak link.
I'm
The
gonna go
handoff.
find it.
The motor lorries at the roundabout.
Dolores?
Precisely. Someone needs to move the ingredients from the harbour into the city. Once they reach Jamrock, they're distributed to a network of local manufacturers well beyond our grasp. But in transit, they're vulnerable. Perhaps you've noticed that a number of lorries are tangled in a traffic jam at the roundabout just now. Interview the drivers who are still hanging about. One of them might be waiting for a crucial shipment.
Okay.
I'll be explicit. If you find this driver, I will share company secrets with you.
You'll
Deal.
be indebted to her, in a way, but one step ahead of the Union in another.
What proof do you have the Union's involved? Okay, I made up my mind about the smuggling investigation.
Yes?
We'll take it.
Excellent. According to my reports, there are at least 3 lorry drivers lingering near the roundabout.
One
Hope
of them
it
will
may
know
come to nothing, or it may just blow the case wide open. I suspect the traffic jam won't disperse for a few more days. You should have the time you need. In the meantime, let me know if there's any other way I may be of assistance.
Can I have
It's
some
what you
money?
want to say, but it isn't that easy.
Why
Look
not?
at that lady. Take a gander.
Nice
A
hair.
well-kempt, yet tastefully short bob of dark hair.
I agree.
Despite the first hints of grey, she's elected to keep it au naturel, shaped into a permanent wave, late 40s style, while dull orange pearls hang from her earlobes, red from the cold. Her light green eyes scan you, full of knowledge and worry, wealth and all its possibilities. These are the kind eyes of the rich man that seem to say everything is possible,
Cool.
within reason.
Yeah,
Now
so.
look at you, you misery-clad simian. barely able to tie your own laces. Your armpits are lakes. A scythe of booze precedes you. Your hair sticks to your forehead, and your underwear feels uncomfortable.
Oh
You're
no.
poor. Poor as balls. You can't ask this person for money. You're too.
Yes, I should make my own money. I'm not ashamed.
Oh, but you are.
Oh.
Too ashamed to ask this person for money. Too scared to belittle yourself in her eyes. Those half-precious stones of Erdenin. Oh God, the lieutenant is here too. Do not dishonor the force.
As I was saying, if there's any way I may be of assistance, please don't hesitate to ask.
That's all
Of
for
course,
now.
Detective.
I won't embarrass him. This time. Where does this door go?
A sturdy metal door.
Oh,
A
I meant to
sturdy
knock.
metal. The door rattles against your knuckles.
Knock
The
again.
door rattles again. But this time, you hear an elderly woman's voice calling out from inside.
Yeah.
Stop banging on the door. I'm not letting any more strangers inside.
This is the
The
police.
police? Everyone knows the police don't come round here.
I'm not
No.
joking.
I already told you. I won't be responsible for any more strangers getting into the building. Go check
Okay.
the backyard door. Maybe someone there will.
Backyard door. There must be another entrance to the east.
Madame, I assure you, we are real police officers.
Oh, thanks,
There is
bro.
no reply.
Let's see.
You better keep walking. The streets will flow red once more. A great torrent rushing down Rue de Esperance. You wait and see.
Interesting.
The streets will not flow red with anything. Who are you?
I'm Cindy the fucking Skull. What else do you want to know? Date of birth, blood type, the last time I was tested for Hep C.
Yeah, when was the
Had
last
a
time you were
battery
tested?
Of tests just last week. I'm practically a patchwork of interesting critters. Kinda like a manor ward.
She's grown frustrated with her work and welcomes the opportunity to challenge authority in other ways.
You know
I ain't
anything
no
about the recent murder?
snitch, Pigstein.
Aw.
Go forth and forage in someone else's shit. No shortage of squealers in these parts.
Actually, there is a shortage of people who talk to us in a normal, calm, informative manner.
That's true.
We weren't put on this earth to make your life pleasant, fucko.
Yeah, why
The
you keep
lieutenant
looking
is
off to the
desperately
side?
searching for another handkerchief. Hatred, disgust. It's difficult to tell which of the two is more present in her girlish features. The woman on the boat does not notice her staring.
That is on her. Someone's got to keep an eye on her.
Interesting.
Ozon is an archipelago 2 days' travel away from Rivershore. Its moneyed residents, used to posh restaurants and upscale boutiques, rarely have reason to visit Martinez.
You
On
mean
a
Joyce?
first name basis with her, are we? Piggy's moving up in the world. It's where they grow whores like her and their whoremen.
Wow, the
Have
negativity.
you got a crush on her? Aching for an opportunity to defend her honor? Can't
doing
you
to the wall?
tell? I'm painting a beautiful mural, an aereo graffitio visible from low orbit. I
Interesting.
haven't really started it yet. I'm waiting for the right words.
I have an
Yeah?
opinion. I love public art.
Thanks. I'm sure the inspiration will come to me.
Now that I have an official
you're
RCM
welcome.
stamp of approval.
You've lessened her desire to deface the building.
Watch
See you
your
later.
back, Ungulate. You've got...
Say. So let's not go in here.
This Post Lavantore mail collection box has been heavily vandalized with graffito. A closer inspection reveals 2 bullet holes in the
Good
front.
mail delivery box.
The box seems happy. Eat shit pig, fucked by the coon, and St. G with a crown have been scribbled on it. Jenny is a whore, and best set mailbox also.
Been there.
The
Been
mail
there.
collection box seems cathartic. Thankful even. So do you. You shudder. Then you swallow.
Leave. I wonder how much tear I got.
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the
Whoa.
money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now. You're 100%
yeah.
sure you got special Hobocop money for that tear. At least 100% extra tear money. If the numbers on the machine told you otherwise, it's a lie.
Whoa, hobo cop. Let's leave. I got $5 now. 5 smackaroos. Alright, let's go harass Garrett again. Oh, who's this guy?
That sugary black rum stain on the counter makes you teary-eyed with joy. It's almost touching how syrupy and sticky it is. How long have you been up already?
Pretty long as drink
Attaboy.
o'clock.
It's coming back to him. You had your mesolimbic reward pathway worried there, not thinking about drinking all that time. It was like you weren't yourself.
Now that you mention it, I need a rum and lemonade.
Forget about the bar. Or don't forget about it. You should totally try to get a drink there too. But first, you should lick that stain off
No,
the counter.
don't lick it.
What happened, man? You used to be cool. Go get your boring normal person drink then. Get your drink on and your act together. The worker, isn't it? Perhaps he's on his way to where you just came from. into the primordial darkness?
No
McKenna,
idea.
who is this?
Looks like he works for Wild Pines, the logistics company who owns, possibly because there's a strike
Wake
going on
him.
in the harbor.
The worker continues to nap.
Alright. Oh, hey, this is open now.
Can I help you?
Is that trash can out back yours?
No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Yeah.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why
Why
do you keep the
it locked?
container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought
Interesting.
as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder
Prod
what
at
that
it
feeling
and
is.
find out.
Okay. We need
What
those
do you
keys.
need them for?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
So I talked
God.
to Sylvie.
Oh, but he should be. Later.
Turns out she's a whore who likes to ride the cock carousel. But I don't want to lay that on.
Of course you do. This was your plan all along. This,
Okay.
I don't like this. There doesn't seem to be another way.
Uh-oh.
Wonderful.
Yeah, she's a hoe.
It is. It's wonderful.
What? What does that mean? Cock carousel.
No time for lectures. The point is, you're losing at her nasty mind games. She's a total psycho. Just drill the inside of your mouth with your tongue. She rides the cat carousel until she's too old to ride it. Then she settles down with a provider. Yeah,
Does it
say
mean
that.
you talked to her? What else did she say about me?
What else do you need?
Yeah, she said that she likes the cat carousel very much. So fun.
He looks at you, spinning your arms, then leans on the corner and sighs. His head drops between the shoulders, heavy and defeated.
She broke the bird, you know. The great skewer. I found it on the ground with the broken wing. On the morning she left. I should have known. It was her way of telling me to piss off. I should stuff it up my arse.
Or
Yes.
you broke the bird. It can also be that. I think Sylvie even. Yes, the bird is connected to this. It's a symbol of hope, and she broke it.
Yeah. Mixed signals. Classic. Broken bird. This is all about the mine. Or maybe I
No,
broke it.
It was her. She's off to ride that carousel you told me about. Cock carousel. I understand now. They ride the cock carousel until the clock runs out. Here, have the rest. Now,
Hey.
let me have a drink and think about this shit for a moment. On my own.
And there we have it. Isn't that beautiful?
I fixed
Another
it.
situation fixed by
The love doctor
Dr.
saves
Love.
the day. And I'm gonna have a drink. Find some booze and drink it. Okay.
Well, hello. Light
the bottle.
reflects off the green glass of the Commodore red. The gods have been generous. Better pop it open before...
Yeah.
Wow. The gods of mass production have made this alcohol container laughably easy to open. A child could have done it.
No, I'm not
Fine.
doing it.
We're not worried. You'll crawl back to this bottle soon enough. We'll give you another chance. Booze always gives you another chance. Yes, it's merciful that way. It's your friend. Come back to it. We're all rooting for you too. Not all of us.
You've passed up your chance to start drinking alcohol for now, but don't worry. The option to start drinking becomes available again in 2 hours.
Interesting. Yoink. Mine now.
A thin man is smoking below an exhaust hood, occasionally sipping from his mug. This must be the Whirling's cook.
Interesting.
As you step in, he nods toward the table and says something in a completely foreign language. The only words you can make out are Garancy and Kubek. Okay, it's definitely not his name. Whatever you do, please don't call him Garancy Kubek. Please. It's not funny.
Hello,
The
sir.
man puts his cup down and replies something, his left hand drawing arcs in the air.
That's some interesting
He smiles
pots.
and bangs his ladle against each of his pots in turn. It's almost like music, especially with the sounds of assorted dishes boiling and simmering on the stove.
I don't have anything else to say.
You see a heavy steel door with a prominent dimple lock. It's painted blue. You immediately feel drawn to the color.
Yeah, blue is a
Blue
mystery.
is for mystery.
I wonder where this
do?
door leads.
It's a door in the back of the kitchen. Why do you care where it leads?
It's part of the... Yeah, maybe
Eccentric.
something we need to know.
But okay, I suppose we could look into it. As a side investigation.
Yes.
He's not bothered by your eccentricity. He seems genuinely intrigued himself.
No, this is a mega investigation.
Anyway, Gart is the person to ask about this. The cafeteria manager.
Alright, let's go ask him. Especially now that I've gotten him drunk and ruined his relationship. He's totally going to be apt to help me out.
Can I help you? What thing?
Yeah. Blue
Oh,
door
yes,
in the back.
that door, sure. There's nothing mysterious about it. It's just a door.
Do you know what's behind it?
No, I don't have a key. I don't know how to get there. And I don't care either. It's not like I've been wondering about it for 10 years. It's just a frit warehouse, probably. Or some boring storage space with a bunch of old junk and dust. Junk and dust.
He's attempting to maintain an air of indifference. It's absolutely not convincing.
I think you'd like to know what's back there.
Fine, okay, a little. But my job doesn't leave me time for wondering about one locked door in one of the cafeterias I manage. So I haven't opened it. I have cleaned the whole place 100 times over, though, after the animals. And I haven't found a key, so good luck with that. Yes, not the whole damn union, thank God. Just the nastiest and loudest faction. They come here in the evenings. Dumb, unruly types. Think they're big shit. But they're good customers. They place big orders and always pay on time.
Interesting.
He hates the Union, but grudgingly recognizes its power over him. So he's directing his frustration at you instead. Retaliate.
I don't. I'm simply providing a service, or really facilitating
whatever
the
you
offering
wanna
of
say.
services to paying customers, and it doesn't matter. I don't have to explain myself to you.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info. We
Yeah,
don't.
how do we find
We
them?
have to wait. They'll show up sooner or later. Men get hungry, even striking men. If not today, then they'll be here tomorrow.
There are these things called days. You sleep between them.
What?
By the way, you should come back to this thing-based questionnaire if you see anything interesting in the whirling later.
Goodbye.
Scab?
I'm not a scab, I'm
I
a
was
cop.
just messing with you. No one's ever seen a cop scab. Imagine, you cops going on a strike, but then another cop comes in and says, let us cop for less money.
Oh, interesting.
Speaking of, what brings the RCM here? To the Wild North? Come to see the strife?
I need to know
My
what's
friend,
behind these
I
gates.
respect the right to roam. The open range awaits.
Okay.
I don't operate in that capacity. I'm not a granter of passage. The passage grants itself.
If it's all so simple, why don't the strikebreakers just go up the stairs?
I'll just
walk
walk
right
in.
past Measurehead and go in.
Past
Yeah,
Measurehead.
the 2.5 meter tall Semini Supremus is there. Walk right past him. Then
Right.
press the button to unlock the door. Then go past him again. And you
Okay.
enter the arbor through the office. Está.
So you're saying
Don't
it's
worry, I'm
difficult?
sure it's not completely impossible. For example, you could best Measurehead in a physical confrontation.
Oh no.
Or you could convert to a Semini Supremacist worldview. Or, maybe it actually is completely impossible.
Has anyone ever bested him?
Jean-Luc
has
himself
anybody?
would say the philosophy has proven overly heroic for the scabs to convert to. Not enough intuition. Sure.
Got it, another thing. I'm a bit
Sure
short
thing,
on
my friend.
money.
I can help you out.
Oh, try to catch it.
The coin narrows
No.
slips by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we
No.
harbor folk do, passing around cargo and such. Was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
The boyadero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
Appreciate
Right,
it.
always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the
Yeah.
same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean, not slithering scabs.
I've come
Murder,
to
huh?
talk about the murder.
That sounds like a lot of hard work. You'd never see me investigating a murder.
You're right. It's almost impossible. I'm 91% sure it'll never get solved. It's actually
I don't
fun and
believe you.
easy.
Post L'Aventurier said the same thing. They tried to get me to be their postman. So fun, so easy, they said. It's just walking. It wasn't. I'm doing much better here at the harbor. Being an honest union
What's
man
this
with a
strike
lot
about
of
anyway?
free time. You know, serious business. I'm sure the big boss will be glad to tell you.
He's a chatty guy, wants to talk about the strike. Return once you've met the union boss and are on a better footing with the organization.
Okay. Alright, so we'll come up here. Yeah, you're right, Mission. Alright. I'm gonna quick save right here, and this is gonna be the end of part 3. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you all next time.